All right, boys and girls. So we already welcomed you to the class. Now let me tell you how this year is going to work with distance learning. We're going to do it a lot better than we did at the end of last year. We figured out some stuff, so you're going to like the new way we do it. First of all, let me start off. My class, your class, is now class number 3. We've renamed the classroom, so we're not going to use advanced class, beginner class, intermediate anymore. So Miss Yolanda or Miss Lorena's class is class number 1. Miss Yolanda's class is class number 2. My class is class number 3. Mr. Margaret's class is class number 4. And Mr. Plumley's class is class number 5. So you are in class number 3. All right, that's exciting, right? It'll be easy for us to remember that. So what are we learning this year? You're going to be learning literature from me, art from me. Don't worry, Miss Sarah is going to be helping us out with that. History from Mr. Plumley and Bible from Mr. Plumley. So you're going to enjoy those classes as well. I'm going to teach you grammar. What is grammar, you say? Grammar is how sentences are built. What do each part of the sentence mean, like the names of the parts? So you have a subject, and you have a noun, you have a verb, you have an adverb and an adjective. I'm going to teach you those basic ideas of what those are. So that's called grammar. And that'll help you in your sentence writing as well. Then there's going to be science, which I'm going to teach, and we're doing this science book right here. Oh, for literature, let me show you. We're going to do Mary Jones and her Bible. You're going to love this book. It's wonderful. And then for science, we're doing Our Planet Earth. Okay? So in here, you've got all the stuff that you need. I'm going to be making worksheets for you. So your moms and dads will pick this up on Tuesday, and hopefully they'll pick this up Tuesday night as well. Okay? So then we have geography. Geography is the study of the Earth. Even though in science we're doing the planet Earth, we're going to deal with volcanoes as I showed you on our board. We're going to deal with volcanoes and geysers and mountains and lakes and oceans and all that kind of stuff. Geography is different in the fact that geography, we're just going to deal with the globe and the the continents and the oceans. Okay, so we're going to focus on those aspects of geography, so that when someone says, "Hey, where's India?" Hey, guess what? You're going to know exactly where India is. And if you know where India is, I don't know. Hopefully so. Or if someone says, "Hey, where is Congo or Zaire or where is Switzerland?" You guys all know where Switzerland is because we found it last year for Heidi. But for Switzerland, you'll know exactly where those countries are, and you'll have an understanding of where the world is and how it's working. So that's going to be real exciting. I think you're going to enjoy geography. And then, of course, paragraph writing. Oh, stop groaning. It's going to be fine. I'm not going to give you any paragraph writing this week, and probably not next week. But on the 3rd week, I might give you an assignment. So I'm looking at maybe doing one paragraph for paragraph writing every 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I'll let you know how that's going to go. Let me grab my schedule real fast. I printed it off. Aha! So here is your daily schedule. And I'm going to send one of these to you in the work packet on Tuesday, so when your parents pick it up, you'll know what's going to happen. And while we're doing distance learning, we're probably not going to follow this exactly, but you are going to have enough work to do those many days in my class, okay? So basically, you're going to do math every day. You're going to do literature every day. So we're doing literature 5 days a week. So I'll probably send out 2, maybe 3 videos on literature with an assignment page. So for example, I might send out a literature video on Monday, and you'll work on literature Monday with that worksheet, but that worksheet might take you Monday and Tuesday. So it might take you 2 days to get through that worksheet. On Wednesday, I would send out another video, and you'll do a worksheet on Wednesday, and there might be one on Thursday, and then I'll send out maybe a short video on Friday with everything else, okay? So we'll see how that goes. We're working through it, but you're gonna have the videos assigned to the assignments, and I'll show you that. Then you're doing history with Mr. Plumley 3 days a week, and you're doing Bible once a week. You're going to have French once a week, and we're going to do science 5 days a week, and then we're also going to have geography once a week, and art once a week, and paragraph writing once a week, and grammar once a week. So your geography, grammar, and art and paragraph writing, that's only once a week, so it's not very often. That's why your paragraph writing assignments aren't going to be very long, because you're going to do lots of paragraphs this year in all of your other work. So that's your schedule. That will be in that packet from your parents. All right, get rid of that. Okay, next thing. So how are these classes going to work? So we're going to have a couple things, okay? Number one, you're gonna have your work packet. So every Friday, your mom and dad are gonna come and drop off the work that you did, and they're gonna pick up your new work, just like we did last year. This year, they're picking it up on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, so that you can have your work for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So on Friday, they'll come back, drop off the work, pick up the new work packet, and all next week you'll have work to do, okay? So that's a work packet. Secondly is gonna be the YouTube video. So we're not gonna be sending out WhatsApp videos like that anymore like we were last year. This year we're gonna upload videos to YouTube, okay? And you'll click on the link and you'll go and you'll watch the video, and then you'll do the work page that goes with that video. And every time before I do my lesson, I will pull out the worksheet and say, this is the worksheet we're gonna do. Make sure you get it out, okay? Now there will be times in the videos where I'm gonna say, okay students, pause the video and write this sentence down. So when I say that, you need to hit pause on the video, and then you need to get out your work assignment and you need to write down what I have written on the board, because I'm gonna do a video in front of the board. We're gonna write on the board so that you can copy things on your paper, stuff like that. So it's gonna be kind of like being in the actual classroom, except I can't ask you questions, and you know Mr. Vaughn or I love asking questions, all right? So now I'm gonna give you an example. This is a blank page, but I want you to notice at the top it's got class 3 because you are class 3. Then here it says literature number 2. So their first paper you're gonna get is gonna say literature number 1. And guess what the first literature video is gonna be? The first literature video is gonna be literature number 1. So your literature number 1 video goes with your literature number 1 page. Your literature number 2 video goes with your literature number 2. Your science number 1 page goes with science number 1. Your geography number 3 page goes with the video of geography number 3. Does that make sense? So it's gonna be working together like that. So whenever you pull out your page, you're like, oh, this is lesson 2. All you have to do is go, or literature lesson 2, all you have to do is go to the YouTube channel and click on the video of literature number 2. And that video will teach you how to do this page. Pretty cool, right? Okay, does that make sense? Now, make sure that you always write your name and your date first. I don't want to have to take off points from your papers because you have not been writing your name and date. When you get your paper, the first thing you do, when I say in the video, hello boys and girls, welcome to literature number 1. Pull out your literature number 1 page. You pull it out and you write your name and you write your date. Very simple. That way, I don't get it confused, and I won't give Isaías' work to Samuelito, and I won't give Samuelito's work to Josiah, and I won't give Josiah's work to Daniela. That way, I can keep you guys all, you boys and girls, all together, and I know whose work belongs to who. Does that make sense? So help me out with that. Okay, that's how we're gonna do that. This year, we're gonna do something really cool as well. We're setting up something called a timeline binder. Now, you all know that we have our timeline on our wall that shows creation and the Tower of Babel and all that good kind of stuff. Well, you're gonna make your very own. Every student is gonna get a binder. And when we study something important, so for example, this year we're gonna study Mary Jones in our Bible, all right? So we're gonna find out, now Mary Jones was a real person. What we'll do is we'll find out Mary Jones, we'll print out a picture of Mary Jones, we'll put her title, Mary Jones, we'll put the date, and then you're gonna write something about it, and we're gonna stick that into a smaller binder where it goes. So you're gonna be building your own binder. Now guess what? Or your own timeline binder. Now this timeline binder, you don't take it home every year. Next year, when you all move, those of you who move up to Miss Margaret's class, like Samuel, Plumley, and Daniela, you'll be in Miss Margaret's class next year. And Isaías, you'll be in Miss Margaret's class next year. So when you move up to Miss Margaret's class, guess what? You're gonna take that binder with you to Miss Margaret's class. And when you're in Miss Margaret's class, you're gonna add more things into that binder. And then when you leave Miss Margaret's class and go to Mr. Plumley's class, you're gonna take that binder with you and you're gonna put even more stuff. So by the end of your school, you're gonna have your own, very own huge timeline. So you can look back over and see everything that you've learned. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have really fun with that. So every once in a while, I'm gonna send you home a page that's called a timeline page. And your timeline page is what you're gonna write, maybe the name of the author or the name of the individual. For example, in history, you're gonna study Benjamin Franklin. So Mr. Plumley will send you home a picture of Benjamin Franklin, and it'll have his picture, you'll write his name, you'll write when he was born, when he died, and you'll write one sentence about him, right? And then you'll send that back and we'll stick that into your timeline binder. Okay, now you're also gonna have something called a reading log. So you're gonna have to read 15 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes every single day to a parent. So most likely 15 minutes. I want you to get a book, and I'm gonna help you choose a book. So any book you want, you're gonna have to check with me to see if it's the right book. And then every day you're going to read, and your parents are going to put a check mark beside it, and at the end of the week you have to have read Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for 15 minutes minimum each day with your parents, okay? After they check it, what they're going to do is they're going to put their signature at the bottom. So they're going to sign and say, yes, Isaias did read 15 minutes every day, or Daniela did read 15 minutes every day, okay? So then that's going to come back to me on Friday, and you'll get a new one on the next Monday, all right? So we want to make sure that even though you're at home and you're done with your schoolwork, we still want you reading at least 15 minutes a day. You know how much I made my children read? Sophie had to read for 1 hour every day over the summer. Every day, before she could get on electronics, before she could play, before she could do anything, she, Josh, and Leilani all had to read for an hour. So 15 minutes is not too bad, is it? All right, let's see. The next thing is you're also going to get another page that has an assignment checklist. That means all the assignments you have for history, all the assignments you have for literature, all the assignments you have for science, whatever, is going to be on this page. Your parents are going to have to check off everything that you've completed, and at the end of the week, they have to sign that page to say that they looked over to make sure that everything was completed. Now, they don't have to check your page, okay? So they're not going to read and be like, okay, you missed this one, missed this one, missed this one. If they want to do that, they can. That's great. But if they don't, that's okay. Their job is just to make sure that you filled in everything, and their job is to make sure that there's no blank spaces, there's no blank pages, that you did work on all of your assignments. And then they're going to sign on the bottom, and they're going to give that back to us. So at the end of the week, we're going to see that you did all your assignments with your parent's signature. We're going to see you did all your reading with your parent's signature. All right? So how are binders going to work? This year, I want you to make your own binder cover. Remember how every year we give you the thing, it's got the Clip name on it, it's got your name, and it's got the logo of Clip, which is the little guy dancing, and it's got the date. Well, this year I want you to make your own. You get to make your very own binder cover. So I want you to get a piece of blank paper. Now, I know some of you might not have blank paper at home, so I'm going to send some of this home on Tuesday. I want you to get your blank paper, and you can design it however you want. I made this one called History. I wrote History, Science, Literature. Of course, you can make it a lot nicer than this, because when we get back, we're going to see what everyone else did. We're going to see who has the coolest binder cover. So we can have kind of like a small competition to see who's the most inventive and who did the most cool stuff. We'll see how that works. But history, literature, science, I did a volcano here because in science we're doing volcano, and we did the earth here. Now, the most important thing is that you have your name. I put my name, Mr. Vaughn, and that you have the date, 2020 through 2021. So make sure you put those dates on there. So I want you to make that and send it to me on Friday, because I'm going to put it in the front of your binder. Because when you send home your papers, or when you send your papers back to class, I'm going to check them, and then I'm going to put them in your binder for you. That way, when you get back to school, you don't have 300 pages to put in your binder. Mr. Vaughn's going to be super nice and file it for you. Everybody say thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. All right. Now, one cool thing we're going to do is we're no longer sending home CFs. So you're not going to be getting any papers, taking any papers home. What we're going to do is we're going to send the binder home every single month. So once every month, you're going to take your whole binder, all the work you've done, you're going to take it to your mom and dad at home so they can see it, and then the next day you'll bring it back. So we'll send it home like on a Wednesday, and you'll bring it home on a Thursday, okay? Does that make sense? Now, for math, I did want to tell you one thing that we're going to do in math. We're going to start doing some very mini lessons in math. That means for I'm going to send out probably a math video almost every single day. And your math video is going to be something like this. Today we're going to learn about telling time. Or we might learn about place value, like your ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, right? Or we're going to learn about fractions. Or we're going to learn about counting money. So little bitty lessons like that. And then you're going to work in your math book on your own. Okay, I'm going to send home the pages I want done that week. For those of you in Life of Fred, I'm going to assign to you the pages that you're going to do, and you're going to send me back the work every Friday. So we'll work through that. Now, if you have any questions, all the teachers are here from 9 o'clock in the morning till 2:30 in the afternoon. We're here all day long, so we're here to help you. If you need help, tell your mom and dad. You can call me on the phone. You can do a video chat. You can do whatever we need to do to get you some help. So we'll be able to help you. This year, I expect you to be diligent, and I expect you to be hardworking. Remember, Christian character is that character of diligence, just like the Pilgrims, because you know what? Even though you're not in class, your mind can still be built, you can still be learning, you can still be understanding everything, and it's going to be a great year for you. You have to make the choice whether to learn and how much you're going to apply yourself with and how much diligence you're going to use in order to learn as much as you can. Some kids aren't going to learn anything during this time in other schools, but guess what? You have the opportunity to learn because you're going to be diligent, you're going to be hardworking, right? You're going to govern yourself. You're going to govern your time, you're going to govern your subjects, and you're going to govern all that needs to be done so that God can do in you everything that we want him to do in you. It's going to be a great year, boys and girls. I'm looking forward to it. All right? So if you have any questions, give me a call. Bye.